Well, good afternoon and welcome to this special edition of Island Stat Sports Talk. I'm your host, Earl Baston. Joining me is none other than Rachael Betschart. Rachael, first of all, welcome. I'm going to say today on dry land, because in a few days' time, you're going to be navigating Bermuda. You'll be foiling navigating Bermuda, which is going to be something of a spectacular event, as we see the machines that you're sailing. They're not the regular ones as many would think. First of all, let's talk a little bit about why you're sailing around the island. What are you looking to achieve?
Yes, thank you. So, um, the point of sailing around the island is for two causes. One of them is the Magenta Project, which is a program that helps women in marine careers, women in sailing, those types of things like sports. And I just feel like it's a very important cause to look for.
Hmm.
The other one is the Next Generation Fund, which allows sailing to be possible for everyone. Yeah, and I think that's really important because there's so much talent out there, and sometimes people aren't able to continue on with the talent, and this fund actually helps that, which is amazing.
Yeah, yeah, because sailing is quite an expensive sport. Not only not only the boat, but the gear you need for safety and the like. Um, but how did these foundations that you're looking to, you know, get funding for? How did they come about, or how did you come about them?
Um, so the Next Generation Fund was a project created by Giovanni Howard, Hayward, sorry, Giovanni Hayward,
Hmm.
and it's it's a cause that the RBYC, the Royal Bermuda Yacht Club, has going, and they've given me so much, and I just think it's really important to give back.
Hmm.
I've been sailing here my whole life, and I just think it's really important that other people have the chance to do that as well.
Sure.
The Magenta Project is a program where they have a mentoring program attached to it, where you have mentors from all over the world who've done the Olympics, who help um, young sailors, young girls who are going into STEM careers,
Hmm.
and they just mentor them through the year. So I think that's really important, just having someone um, watching out for you and helping you through difficult times and push through barriers.
Right. Well, why did sailing pick you, or you pick sailing? Which picked who?
Um, I I think it's a bit of both. My mom's a sailor,
Hmm.
and she put me in sailing when I was 4 turning 5. So I've been sailing for a really long time. And to be honest, it was difficult sometimes and I didn't like it, but it grew on me and then I started loving it and just can't seem to get away from it.
So you would have started out in the Opti, obviously. Um,
Yes.
was that what was that the love hate? Because the Opti, I mean, that's one. It's one strange boat to learn how to sail. But if you could sail an Opti, you could pretty much get around something, anything you can after a while. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
definitely. I mean, it's also hard when you're really young, it can be a struggle and
Hmm.
um just learning everything can be hard, but after a while, and if you just keep pushing through, you start to find out that it's something that you love and you're not just doing it because your parents tell you to, but because you actually like it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
You're also studying to be an engineer.
Yes, I am.
How are you balancing education and sailing? Because you do some international events in the boat as well, don't you?
Yes, I do.
So how are you balancing the school and competition?
So I'm not gonna lie, it is a little bit hard, but I do think it's really important to have that work-life balance, and engineering is something I really want to pursue. I'm really into and I love it. But sailing is also, and both of them are really important to me. So it's up to me to manage my time to make both of them happen. Um, so yeah, my free times on the weekend, I would go down to Weymouth in the UK and I'll sail on the weekend. I'll do my homework in the evenings, but I just think it's really important to have the work-life balance, and it's something that I focus on.
All right. Well, let's turn our attention to Sunday because you're going to navigate not for the first time, but you're gonna attempt to navigate the island. Um,
Yes.
so early Sunday morning, you plan to start. Where are you planning to start?
So the start is going to be the official start, I should say. It's going to be from Hogfish Beacon, right
Uh-huh.
off of Spanish Point, and
Yeah.
that's where the finish line is going to be as well. I'll be sailing out of the yacht club, so I'd say about 20 minutes to get out from the yacht club to Hogfish Beacon, where
Hmm.
I'll start.
Yeah. And obviously the way you're gonna circumference is west first, and then down the South Shore, or off around St. George, and then in back up the North Shore. Uh,
Yes. Yeah.
what 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 do you believe will be the challenges for you in this venture? Because I'm going to talk about the first one, but what do you think will be the challenges for you?
Um, I I think I'm using this time as training for myself.
Hmm.
It's going to be a long. It's not a race, but it's going to be a long sail.
Uh-huh.
Um, Around 3 hours, I would say, nonstop,
Right.
and that can be quite exhausting. So
Right.
I think just kind of keeping it up, pushing myself to finish as fast as I can whilst practicing techniques out there, I think
Hmm.
is going to be my goal, and it's really important.
Yeah. Coming down or going down the South Shore, that's a long, kind of a long reach. I mean, to keep that the boat up for that long, when you're racing, you have markers to go around. You're constantly
Yes.
changing direction, so and you're not racing for a 3 hour or even an hour period at times. So how important is it for you to make sure when you feel like you need to take that break, you have to kind of let the boat go a bit just to allow yourself to catch yourself, because you're gonna have to be doing a lot of work to keep it up.
Yes, that is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but um, I think it's going to be a good test for me to see where I am.
Hmm.
But yes, it's probably gonna have to happen where I might have to take a break, grab some water, get
Right.
something to eat, trying to recharge the batteries a bit, because that is gonna be a really long stretch if I do it nonstop.
Right, right. And then the way that the island navigates itself, it's you make that turn by Castle Harbor, you still gotta go a long ways to get around by St.
Yeah.
David's Head, and then you make your way up the North Shore, but you're gonna still navigate that little area between the town cut and what is it, Fort St. Catherine, before you even
Yes.
see the North Shore kind of thing. But just from your experience in 2019, was it 2019,
2018.
2018, when you
Mhm.
you done this and it took you some 10 hours?
10 hours, yeah.
Yeah. um Take us through that experience of because you've done it in the opti, or did you do it
In the Opti.
in the opti? 10 hours in the opti. Take us through that 10-hour journey.
Yes, so yeah, it was a goal for me to do that since I was little. My coach did it, and he was one of my idols, so I really wanted to see if I could do it. And it was a challenge, both physically and mentally, but I think more mentally. especially being that young. Just yeah, the mental difficulties of getting through the barriers and the challenges that were ahead were really hard, but I'm really happy that I did it and I pushed through. But
Mm.
I do think it's gonna help with this time around, seeing that it's gonna be quite a lot shorter. So
When you look at what attracted you to this style boat, because I mean, they made their introduction to Bermuda, I believe, what, 2019, 20, no, what was around the America's Cup time,
yes,
2017, right?
yes.
So they made their introduction. Did you gravitate to this boat that fast, or did it take some time for you?
It did take a little bit of time. So after I aged out of the Optimist,
Hmm.
I I went into lasers for a little bit, but I I didn't really enjoy it. Didn't really like how it felt. I think it was just a really big change from going to the Opti to the laser. And I stopped sailing for a little while until the Sail GP came to Bermuda, bringing the Wasp Inspire with them.
Right.
And I signed up for that. I I did it and I absolutely loved it. And from then on, I was just like, this is the boat I want to sail.
Now, we had the big competition here in Bermuda. You got the opportunity to sail in front of, as many people as you could in on the island. But around the world, sailing these boats, how difficult is it? First of all, traveling to these places, and then the competition, because it is quite unique,
Mm,
and you find different. I would say different conditions everywhere. You have what we would call current places, and you have wind places, and a lot of people might not
yes.
understand that. But how do you find the two? How challenging is it to sail in current?
So current is not a huge thing because there's not a lot of boat in the water when you're sailing these boats.
Hmm.
So that's not a huge thing. It's more the waves that are really tricky.
Okay.
Because you don't want to actually come out of the water, otherwise bad things happen. But yeah, current's pretty good, but yeah, the waves are what you have to watch out
Yeah.
for.
Yeah. Now, obviously, on Sunday you're going to have a support group with you. What is their main goal? I mean, we never want to see. We don't want to see them have to be used in anything. But what is their main goal?
Um, just to make sure everything's okay. I mean, it is offshore, so
Yeah.
um there's always an element of security that you have to consider.
Hmm.
They're just there to make sure that nothing bad happens. I mean, there's also a lot of reefs which um I don't want to hit. That wouldn't
Right.
really be good at those speeds. So they're just there to help if anything happens, anything breaks out in the water. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna that was gonna be a question of mine. The reef on South Shore, it's almost like there's no happy medium, because they're all over the place, kind of
Yeah.
thing. Um, there's You could say, well, let's go down the middle, but you can't really say, let's go down the middle, can you? You have to
No.
navigate. Now, spotting those things, moving the speed you're moving. How do you plan to manage that, or navigate that part?
So I have looked at a couple of charts just to help gauge where the generalized areas of reefs are.
Uh huh.
South Shore, the plan is actually to sail a little bit outside the reef, so I don't really have to worry about it.
Uh huh.
North Shore, I know the channel really well, so I'm
Right.
just gonna stick to that channel.
Okay. Okay. Well, at least you got a plan.
Yeah.
You couldn't twist anybody else's arm to do it with you.
No, I couldn't, unfortunately.
What's the fear? You're gonna beat them.
I don't know.
But so what after this, and you're looking, like I said, you're looking to raise the funds and so forth. But internationally, what's next for you? And obviously, this, as you've already indicated, it's like a training session for you. A big
Yes.
training session for you. But what's on the horizon for you?
The Wasp Worlds actually are this July, in Weymouth in the UK.
Okay.
So that's everything, every training that I'm doing is kind of leading up to that.
Okay. Well, you be in familiar territory waters, that's for sure.
Yes, I will.
And well, one thing you're gonna show the video of you going down the South Shore and coming up the North Shore would put some fear in your opponents come race days in competition. But I want to wish you all the best. We'll be looking out for you as you navigate the island, starting at 7. So you're looking and hoping to be finished in between the 10 and 11 area, or you're
Yeah.
hoping 10 o'clock. But yeah, we'll
Yeah,
see
it
how
might be
that goes.
11, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we're dealing with Mother Nature and whatever elements are out there that we don't know,
Yes.
and obviously you got to rig the boat. Will you be rigging on Saturday?
No, I'll be rigging on Sunday. It should take about 15-20 minutes.
Oh, okay, okay, all
Yeah.
right. Well, all the best, and we'll
Thank
be in
you.
touch with you, and we'll hopefully get some footage from your venture.
Awesome. Yes, thank you so
Okay,
much for having me.
all righty. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.